So another pattern that shows up or that is used extensively in the retail world is the UPC codes on products that are sold at stores. So as our author points out, it's important that the store and the buyer prices are entered correctly. So when you go to the checkout, they scan what you purchased, and there's a check digit that works to avoid errors. So here's just kind of the identification of what's happening. The first 6 digits identify the manufacturer. The next 5 digits are the item number. And then the 12th digit is the check digit. So when the item is scanned, the reader itself performs a calculation on the first 11 digits. And if the result doesn't match that check digit, there's something wrong. And so the scan is rejected. It doesn't show up. So here's what the reader's calculation is programmed to do. So it adds all the digits in the odd numbers positions, then it multiplies the result of that sum by 3, and then you add the digits in the even positions, and then you add the product from step 2 with that sum in step 3, and the check digit is the next multiple of 10. So let's do that, and what I'm going to do is write the number out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, and this is the 12th one. So this is just a helpful way to note the position of each number. So I'm copying this this thing here, and we know what this check digit is. So our goal is to get this 7. So here goes 0, 7, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 8, 0. All right, so step 1 says add all the odd digit numbers. Well, this one's odd, 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 this one's odd. Remember, we ignore that last one. That's not included in the calculation. So we need to add 0 plus 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. That's a tough sum, right? That's a solid 9. And then step 2 is we multiply that number by 3, which is a 27. And then step 3, we're now adding up all the even numbers, ignoring, of course, the 12th number because we don't do the calculation on that. So here we're doing 7 plus 0 plus 6 plus 1 plus 8. Of course, I'm getting these numbers from the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 row up there. So let's see, 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 8 is 22. So then step 5 is to add this number and this number together. And I notice I made a mistake. I put in 6 instead of 0. So this should be 0. So this should not be 22. This should be 16. Okay, so now we're going to add together our 27 and our 16, and we get 43. So step 6 says, or sorry, step 5 is that sum, and then we're supposed to say what number added to this gets us to the next multiple of 10. So what we mean by that is the number ends in a 0, so that multiple of 10 is 50. Notice the number that needs to go here is the actual check digit we have sitting over there in the 12th position. It's the number 7. So this is correct. Okay, so let's do one more of those. Here's another one. We're just to make sure we got it going. And then we'll Google this maybe to see what kind of product this is. So I'll list out the numbers again because I think that's really helpful. Obviously, so my philosophy is that when we have machines that can do this work for us, let's let them do it. And that's so what we're really doing here is just kind of looking at a type of pattern and practicing some basic arithmetic. But in the real world, we would let the machines do this, although you got to have someone who could program it. Okay, so step 1 is add up all these odd numbers. So that's 8 plus 5 plus 0 plus 5 plus 9 plus 4. That's not a fun sum, but it's not terrible, right? 5 and 5 is 10. 9 and 4 is 13, so that's 23 plus 8. That's a solid 31. Step 2 is multiply by 3, so that gets us 93. Oops, I probably should have shown what we did there, so 31 times 3. Step 3 is now to add up those even numbers, so let's make sure I actually add the even numbers. 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6. So I've got 16 and 18. That's a solid 34. Plus 6 is 40. Okay, y'all, I did it again. I made this 8 and 8 instead of what it's supposed to be, which is the 9. So this is really supposed to be 41. So I wrote down 8 instead of 9. So maybe my strategy is not useful. It's certainly not useful for me because I've repeated the same mistake twice. All right, step 4 is to add together that 93. Sorry, step 5. Whatever step we're on, is to add 93 plus 41. That gets us 134. So we're asking ourselves, this plus what equals the next multiple of 10? So the number that comes after this would be 140. That's a multiple of 10. Notice that is a 6, which matches what we found. So we've done our UPC check. All right, we can check this thing on the internet for what is this number. So we'll just type it in, 885909 599646. And it is the Apple iPhone 5. That's the UPC symbol for that product. You can see this book was written a little bit ago that we're talking about an Apple iPhone 5.